Thanks for being here. We're going to talk today about overcoming objections. Got a lot of cool objections here that people might um, throw at you, and we're going to cover it, which is, to help you close. Really, it's what it's all about, right? So, that being said, so the bottom line is this: there are always going to be clients who push back on anything that you try to sell them, offer them. But what's great is that we built this presentation here with the top objections that our partners face, right? So from collecting, from talking to partners and partners sending emails and just feedback that we receive constantly, we put this killer presentation for you. So objection number one: I get my business by word of mouth. All right. So we know from our sales experience, word of mouth or referrals, right, is the best way to get customers. We also know that this has moved online and it's only going to help businesses reach more customers than ever. The businesses that do not understand this are living in a dream world. All right. Because everything is online, especially now in 2021, right? Things have changed so dramatically that it's just almost 100% online. So the best way to combat this is to do a local search on Google that pertains to their products and service and show them how they fare against the competition. If they aren't getting online reviews and the competition is, they have little or no chance of successfully attracting those customers who are looking online, and that is a fact. So everything is, Google search, reviews, and it. So, quick tip: we know that most buying decisions are made before consumers ever enter the store. Ask that, client that you have on the phone, ask them when was the last time they went out of their way to a store just to browse, right? The deal is that rarely happens outside of shopping malls. And even then, most people go because they're looking for something specific, right? People just don't go, maybe they might be bored and yeah, they might browse around the mall, but you know, in stores, Main Street USA, that doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen. Objection number two: client will say to you, digital just isn't that important to me. All right. And again, when someone says that, it's like they're living in the dark ages, right? And they're going to be extinct, no doubt about it. So when a business owner says to you that digital isn't important to them, it's mainly because they don't use it, right? They don't understand it, right? They're scared of it. But in reality, it's not about them. It's about their customers and what they want. It has nothing to do with that business owner, right? So business owners are naive if they think that consumers aren't looking for them online or the services that they provide online. This again comes to proving the value of what you are selling and gaining trust. There are many stats out there that show more and more companies are shifting their marketing spend towards digital because this is now the place where all the eyeballs are at, right? So if they're not advertising, if they don't have their social media presence, if they're not listed everywhere, then they're going to be yesterday's news. So traditional advertising was effective because it made the door swing, right? The old school way, and the phone ring. This has shifted now to advertising online. That's the traditional way to do it, not the other way, like the penny pincher or the local newspaper or putting flyers on people's cars. That's the old school way. So even though digital may not be important to the business owner, right? If your business is important to them, make your customers a priority. Think about it. They can't think about, they have to put themselves in the consumer's shoes, right? That's really what it's all about. If they don't do that, then they're really going to get a rude awakening in this day and age, no doubt about it. So The rise of social has made it impossible for consumers to not stay connected. The digital revolution is not going away. We all know that, guys. It's not a fad, right? Some of the largest companies in the world have been established in the last 10 to 15 years. Take a look here. You have Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no fleet. Airbnb, the largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. Facebook, the most popular media owner, creates no content, right? So you have to kind of paint a picture to these businesses when they give you these types of objections, right? You have to kind of, bring them up to speed here. Objection number 3, and this is a good one here. I have to run it by my partner, my wife, my whatever. All right. This is one of the most common mistakes is not having the decision maker in the room or on the call or during the sales presentation. Sometimes this is impossible, but without having the buy-in from the decision maker, it makes it difficult to close the deal. So don't talk to a secretary. Don't talk to the janitor, right? Speak to the decision maker. And that's usually the owner of the business, right? Not the manager. It's the owner, the person that writes the checks. Always remember that, guys. Very important. So be proactive. Ask and include all key stakeholders and decision makers on all meetings. You have to be proactive, guys. Get them all on the call. Ask questions. During initial conversations, finding out who will all be in the decision-making process is key to the success of your presentation. Why waste your time talking to people that can't make a decision? It's kind of like, I don't know, back in when you're a kid and you played that game where you said something in someone's ear and it kept going all the way around, and all of a sudden it was something totally different than the initial phrase or sentence that you said. The same thing here. You can give an Academy Award-winning presentation to a manager, right? You can stay on the phone for 1 hour with that person, and they're just going to say, yeah, they're going to talk to the owner, and this is what they're going to probably say. Yeah, I was on the phone with, this digital agency. I don't know. They said something about websites and, and Google advertising and that's about it. I don't know if you want to talk to them or not. So they're not going to relay the message. That's the point that I'm trying to get at. They will not relay it. It doesn't matter how good you are as a salesperson, an owner of an agency. Speaking to the wrong person is going to get you nowhere. 0. Be reactive. Have a diligent follow-up plan. Book exact times and dates for follow-up with all key decision makers. So once you figure out who all the key stakeholders are, having a timely follow-up plan or next steps is important in doing your research and developing a plan. So you never have to hear that objection again. I have to run it by, right? Don't waste your time. Time is money, guys. You all know that. Objection 4. Can't afford it right now. This is probably the easiest objection to identify right off the bat. Budget is always a concern to any business spend. Prospects may say things like, I don't have money, or there's no room in the budget. So when a person brings up the issue of money, how should you guys respond? Well, it's simple. Concerns about the cost gap can go deeper than price. So it's up to you to figure out what their true reasons for their indecision are, right? It's never about the money, guys. That's just a blow off. So asking questions, asking the right questions, making statements, again, why don't you have any money? Maybe, are you advertising right now? Do you have a social media presence? Have you looked at your online presence compared to your competitors? Do you know what they're doing online compared to what your business is doing? Do you have a social, are you doing SEO? When's the last time you updated your website? I mean, are you listed everywhere on 70, 80 different sites where people can find you? Again, guys, it's all about digging deep. It's preparing the presentation to show the value of what you're trying to help their business achieve is key to handling this objection before it even comes up. We are in the business of helping you get more customers. We're helping you get more leads. And we do this by ensuring you don't lose any potential clients with incorrect business listings, SEO, websites, reputation, advertising, everything, right? It's all I always say this, it's, the core foundational services that, that'll help that business with their online presence. They need to work on those core key ingredients that make up this magical formula, right? And every service that we offer will help that business bring in more leads, more business. We will help them grow their company. We will help them dominate their markets if they listen to us. When I say us, I mean everyone that's on this call, anyone that's going to watch this partner meeting here. It's all about us, right? That's really what it's all about. Positive reviews equals revenue, right? Revenues are important in a few ways. One, it increases your chances of getting found online, and it provides an SEO lift. So every time that someone leaves a review for that business and they respond to it, right? It's content. Google loves content. Positive reviews increase conversion. It's a great management tool to know if your employees are providing a high level of customer service. It's always great to know what people are saying online about you, right? And the more reviews that you have, the more business you will receive. And if you have more reviews than your competitor, then obviously you're going to make more money, right? Because they're going to pick you, and that's just the way it is. So that's why we have amazing reputation campaigns, right? That when we run that online presence report, we're going to know exactly pound for pound, right? How they stack up against their competitors. And that's really important. You have to know, you have to show them, that online presence report. You have to go step by step and show them exactly how they stack up against the competition. How do they stack up against the industry average, right? And look at them and show them that, where their issues are. And if they're getting beat, then obviously we need to work on whatever service it is that they have issues with. And here with reputation, again, we have amazing reputation campaigns where we build out email and SMS marketing campaigns. We build out the whole campaign for the client, and we request reviews. And not only do we request reviews, we respond to the reviews for your client. It's a great service. There's so many companies that get reviews and they don't even know they have a review because they don't have the software that's going to tell them that someone just left a review. And that's what our software also does. It's going to show you exactly where the review came from, what they said, and it's going to send you an email right away and say, hey, you have a review. You got to respond to it. People, consumers love when you respond and say thank you, right, for your business. And thank you so much for this review. And again, it's all about, right, communication. It's all about interaction. It's all about content. They're posting that review. You're responding to it. It's more content, great SEO for everyone. So let's look at some stats here on how positive reviews equal revenue. 70% of customers who read consumer reviews to ensure they are purchasing the right product or service. Think about that. 70% of customers who read consumer reviews are purchasing and are there. It gives them that warm and fuzzy feeling, right? Wow, okay, this is where I want to do business with this company. And because they see that there are reviews there, right? They're going to, they're going to look. It's just the way it is. 90% U.S. customers who say their buying decisions are influenced by online reviews. Think about that. 90%. That's incredible. So reviews are like one of the most important services that you can offer a business. You know, and again, with that online presence report, the beautiful thing about it is that we can stack them up pound for pound against their competition. The amount of new business companies with positive reviews can convert when compared to companies with zero or negative reviews. 183%. Think about that. This is incredible. These numbers are insane, right? And again, this is what it's when you're speaking to a client, all of you should have some statistics thrown up. You have to, I always say this, in every meeting or when I talk to you guys, you have to paint a picture. It's kind of like a story that you're telling, and you have to have like all these facts, right? Because they don't know this industry. Don't think that they do. They have no idea of what an online presence is. They have no idea how they're getting crushed by their competition. They don't have any clue, right? So don't expect them to don't assume that they know anything about what's going on with their online presence, because I'll tell you right now, 95% have no clue whatsoever. All right. Last one here. 82% of consumers who consider user-generated reviews important or extremely important. So these numbers are, look how high they are. They're not 5%. They're not 10%, right? They're incredible. And I'll say it again. You must always have some stats in front of you when you're doing an online presentation, or if you're doing it face to face. You have to have stats, and you should have stats on every service that we offer, not just reviews. And you don't need a lot of them, right? Let's just say you have 4 stats for each service, right? 4 stats for SEO, for advertising, for social media, for reputation, for listings. It'll help you close business. It really will. So reputation matters. At the very least, keep who you have. Don't forget to appreciate your existing customers. It's 7 times more expensive to get a new customer than to retain an existing customer. All right. Think about that. 7 times. Again, this is another great statistic here that you can share with these potential customers that you have. So again, just throwing some stats here at you. Objection 5, my blank does my social media for me. I don't know if you guys have heard this, objection here, but my son does it for me. My daughter does. My niece does it. She's 15 years old. Again, another common misconception is when business owners think that having a friend or family handling their social media is enough. They don't know enough about this industry, guys. They don't have the experience that we have, right? And it's impossible for them to get the results that we're going to get them, because we have pros that know what they're doing, that study, that constantly change. They're constantly changing, not changing, but constantly, the industry changes, right? It consistently changes. We live in an organic industry here. And every day there's something new and a new social media platform. And every day there are different updates and different things and different, how can I put it? Different strategies that you have to apply to social media. So if you're not consistently studying and you're going to be yesterday's news. So in these situations, it's best to let them know that you're not there to replace their existing solutions, but to enhance what they're already doing. Ensuring that they're getting the most out of what they're already doing will only improve the chances of connecting with new customers, right? So rebuttal. That's great. Are you happy with their services? Can we help to supplement, not necessarily replace their efforts? So think about it, guys. Blood is thicker than water. So you don't want to make them feel like you're going to replace their family or friend, but here to help and work with them to ensure success. Our solutions also allow you to monitor what they're achieving to ensure it aligns with the business goals. So remember, Not only do we do the actual work, but our reporting is amazing. And that's really what separates us from everyone else that's out there. Right. That's what separates a family or a friend doing it as a hobby. Again, people think that um, paying, that paying for a service, let's say they don't want to spend a lot of money and they just get someone just to do it for them. It's, you get what you pay for, right? You really do. And that's just a fact, especially in our industry. You could never cut any corners whatsoever. You need to have the best possible team working for that business. Otherwise, they're not going to get the results. It's going to look like a 15-year-old was handling their social media. With websites, you get that all the time. Oh yeah, I had my, my son's building my site, or you see these, you get this all the time. Oh no, I'm going to build it myself. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I mean, I always say this. So let me ask you a question. Um, if you have a legal problem, do you defend yourself in court or do you hire an attorney? Right? If you have an issue, a medical issue, do you treat yourself or do you go get professional help? Right? Um, the point I'm trying to make to all of you is that we are digital advisors. We are consultants. We know this industry like the back of our hands. And their business is probably the most important thing in their lives, right? I mean, it's what puts the food on the table. So why on earth, right, would they go the cheap route and not do it the right way? Because the reason is they don't know any better. And that's where all of you come in, is to educate them on that, right? Educate them on that, and bring it to the table, right? Lay the cards on the table and explain to them, the difference between someone that is doing it as a hobby or a friend or a family member, or pros that have handled hundreds of accounts that will get them the results. Again, we have case studies and things like that you can show off. We have tons of presentations that you guys can show them. You can take them to the back end and show them the business app and show them the reports. And there is so much, right, that will prove to that business owner that they need help, right? We're not going to replace, but if they don't want us to replace, but we will enhance, definitely will enhance. All right. Objection 6. What's the difference between you and the other guys trying to sell me digital solutions? Again, this comes to being prepared and the ability to show the value of your solution, right? The reports, the case studies, the back end, right? Having references and examples. Obviously, some of you might not have references because you're new. That's cool. That's why I always say, if you're going to get if you just started your agency and you're out there, go to friends or business acquaintance, people that you do business with. It's a great way to work on your presentation and also to get a great reference, right, when you do deliver. And you can make mistakes with friends and acquaintances and people that you do business with. So that way, what you do is you tweak yourself. So when you do talk to someone that's stone cold, right, you're sharp. You tweaked your presentation. You know exactly what to say. You know exactly what not to say, and it really helps out a lot. Really does, guys. Also, if you're selling to local business, ensure if you're selling to local business, ensure them they always have a direct line to contact you by phone, online meeting, or they can meet you in person, right? Knowing your local landscape gives the client confidence in what you have to offer. If you're going local, if you're not going local, then again, you need to be prepared. You have to have your presentation. You have to have your story. What am I going to show them? What are the topics that I'm going to talk about, right? Have everything planned out. because it's a lot easier if you create a killer presentation, which can be a presentation like I have right here, mixed with an online presentation, like, showing the business app and the online presence report, and going through, the statistics and everything, and showing them, everything, all the reporting that we have, and just how, and all the free things that we give them, right? Like the free SMS and the free calendar, where they can also connect their QuickBooks, and we're giving them free courses on a business's online presence. So there's a lot. You can give them free software with the online toolkits. So tons of ways for you guys to really show the quality that you have. But like I said, you have to have it. You have to have your presentation. You can't kind of like just go out there and try to wing it. The deal is to create your presentation, tweak it, right? It's have your script, or whatever. It's so easy to do, and the best part about it, once you build out your presentation and you know exactly what you're going to do, right? You might have this PowerPoint. You might go tab by tab by tab. If you have if you have anything online that you're showing, it's going to become it's repetition, right? The more that if you say the same thing over and over and over again, what's going to happen? You're going to sound so good, right? You're going to have every answer, right? Every rebuttal at the tip of your tongue. You'll know exactly what to say, right? And that's going to come across to that business owner. They're going to be like, wow, this person really blew me away today on how awesome their digital agency is, and how they can help me, right? How they can help my business. How they can take me to the next level, how they can help me crush my competition, how I can take a piece of that pie, how they showed me how amazing their reporting is. So again, it's all about building it out and then repetition, guys. If you're a startup or an established business, here's what I can offer you, right? So again, doesn't matter if they're a tiny business or if they've been around forever. We are an experienced team of digital marketers and developers. We create amazing and engaging digital experiences customized to your business needs. We take pride in implementing unique, cutting-edge strategic solutions. We offer web design, social media, reputation management, SEO, business listings, digital advertising, graphic design, email marketing. We'll have an intimate professional relationship with you guys. You can have all my time if you want. It'll be one-on-one interaction. We're going to focus on everything. We're going to come up with we're going to look at your online presence. We're going to come up with a strategy, a marketing strategy to help your business, right? We're going to take it step by step and help you crush the competition. We're dedicated to your success. Guys, it's all it's all a fact here. It's just really, you have to say, you have to have the right words at the right time. Really, it's really what it's all about, and I would, and I would, like I said, I would show them, the web design. You guys have hundreds of templates that you can show off. If you're brand new and you don't have any websites under your belt, show them all those templates. Those are amazing, websites, right? You have hundreds of them to show off everything that you have. Don't leave any of these treasures in that treasure chest. Take them all out. Do a show and tell. Hit them with everything that you can. And if you do that, you're going to really impress them. And again, like I said, it's all about repetition. Objection 7, my business is already booming. I'm making a lot of money. I don't need you. I don't need your help. I'm fine. All right, well, when times are good, right, businesses feel that they don't need to be attracting new customers, but this is not the case. Businesses lose customers all the time. People move, they pass away, or are unhappy with their service, right? If the business is not growing, this will cost the business crucial revenue when times are not so good. Again, guys, you have to paint the picture. Just because it's great today doesn't mean it's going to be great tomorrow. Let's just keep that machine going. Let's keep that consistency going, right? Let's build it even more. Let's take it to the next level. There's always room for improvement. So here's an example of like a simple thing that can happen, right? One incident can cost a business many customers, and having a plan to mitigate the risk is critical to ensuring the business stays healthy when times are tough. So this here is pretty amazing. This is a true post, right? Um, this couple stayed at a um, a hotel, and obviously they had bed bugs, right? So they posted it on Facebook, and guess what? 47,794 people saw that post. So again, this is just one example of many when people say to you, "Oh, I have enough business. I'm making, a lot of money. I don't need it." I don't know. I mean, that's to me, that's just an easy way to get you off the phone or off of the online, or meeting, or if you're in person. Just a, I think it's a just a one of those objections just to get you out of there, because honestly, you guys are smart. Doesn't make any sense, right? I don't need any more business. Who doesn't need any more business? Who doesn't need more money? I don't know. So anyway, just it shows you the power of um, social media, the power of consumers, how they can take a business to, amazing heights, and they can crush a company overnight. Overnight, they can crush the company. So again, they always have to have a plan for this. Keep doing the those reputation campaigns, those SEO campaigns, those advertising campaigns, right? Make sure that their online presence, make sure that we're always looking at how they stack up against the competition. It's really important. Section 8, I don't see the value. All right. There's no value. Okay. Well, that's kind of insane, because it's their business, right? They don't see the value because they don't understand what an online presence is. It's really what it is. They have no idea, like I said earlier, how they stack up against the competition. So using your online presence reports will help you combat this objection of not seeing value, right? Again, I'm going to say this 100 times. Being prepared and ensuring your presentations pertain to that business will help you prove value to the customer. By researching the company, there are always talking points on how to improve their virtual doorway. By running these reports, you will know exactly what's wrong. There's no guessing. There's no way that they can say, I don't see the value. Especially when you run this report and you run it against their competition, you're going to know pound for pound exactly where they're getting beat, right? Where they're getting beat, what issues they have. Is it a bad website? No SEOs, they're not listed anywhere, right? Their competitor has more reviews than they do. They don't have a social presence. The last time they posted on social media was 2019. Think about it. We're in 2021, COVID, and someone lands on a social media account and they see that the posts are like a couple years old. What are they going to think? That COVID got them. They're out of business. You think people are actually going to keep searching, on Google and searching all over the place? They're just going on to the next. They have an attention span of about, 3.5 to 4 seconds, right? They see an attention span of a chicken is what we have now. So people will not go searching for that business when, as soon as they land on something, it turns them off. They have a bad website, or the reviews are not up to par against the competitors. They're gone. They're gone. Simple. They're gone. Simple. Right? Now, listings, the value of listings. It can be as simple as correcting their online listings, right? There's value. It's just one thing. So here's a great stat. 73% of people lose trust in a brand when their listings are incorrect. It's essential that your business listings are right, or you could be driving them straight to your competitors. Customers blame businesses when their info is wrong, and they punish them for it. You got to be listed everywhere. Not only do you have to be listed on all these different sites, your information better be correct. That's the bottom line. Why wouldn't you be listed on 70 different sites or more? Why wouldn't they want that? Right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Show them. You have a free listings report that you could run on their business. Mr. Jones, if consumers, if we can't find you on this report here, how can consumers find you? Right? Simple. I mean, you have all the tools to go out there and prove to these business owners that they need your services, right? You're here to help them. We're not selling them anything. We're really helping to grow their business. That's what we do as digital agencies, as advisors, as consultants. We are here to help your company. We found out what's wrong. It's like being sick. You went to the doctor, you're not feeling well. The doctor found out exactly what you have. He gave you medicine, and now you feel better. That's exactly what we do, right? We are going to fix them because they're broken. And I'll tell you, 95% of them are broken. There's something wrong. And usually 3 or 4 different things are wrong with the business. 100%. The value of reviews, showing the value of reviews and how you can help them get more, right? Very important. Here, the consumer interest, right? Advertising, search engine marketing, email and text, display, print ads, radio, TV, loyalty programs, deals, right? This right here it's going to get their interest. But remember, a lot of this, like radio, TV, most people don't advertise on that anymore. Print ads, it's all gone, right? Now it's all online. That's how they're going to find you, online, right? That's where you're going to, get that interest from that consumer. This is the funnel that they're going to go down, right? The 0 moment of truth, right? Research, search engines, online reviews, ratings, relevant articles, right? Word of mouth. The business's reputation is what consumers say it is. That's what we call the 0 moment of truth, right? ZMOT. So this is the funnel they're going to go down. Purchase, the first moment of truth, right? In-store experience, talk with a salesperson in store, read product brochure, tried sample product, the decision to purchase is made, right? So they better have, again, a great online presence. They better have, a great website, right? Better have, they better give a great experience to that consumer, right? The second moment of truth, the experience, post-purchase experience, Facebook, post, tweet, review, discuss with friends, a blog, right? Consumer compares expectations. That's the second moment of truth. So this is a simple little funnel that I'm showing you here. We do have a modern customer journey presentation that we put together. It's inside of the Rocket Driver knowledge base, and all of you should definitely grab a couple slides from there, which shows that customer exactly in 2021 right now how consumers are going to find them, right? How consumers are going to go down the funnel and purchase from them. Where are they going to go, right? What sites are there? So it's a great presentation. You guys should definitely jot this down. It's called the Modern Customer Journey. All you have to do is go into Rocket Driver Knowledge Base and do a search there and look at it, because that is valuable information. That is the first thing that you should talk about before you even show them the online presence report, is a couple slides from the Modern Customer Journey, so they understand, right? Because again, remember what I said earlier, they do not know anything about their online presence, and don't expect them to know that because they do not know, right? Our job to educate them, to bring this to the table, like I said, statistics, right? Have everything, have your presentation out there to show them and blow them away and educate them. So that way they're like, wow, this is something that I never knew that even existed. You showed me, again, how I compare against my competition, how they're killing me. I had no idea. And that's what you're going to start hearing, because they don't, right? And that's a true presentation there when you cover all of these bases. Objection 9, can't prove this actually works, right? Or they don't believe you. That doesn't really work, right? So we have tons of case studies in the Rocket Driver knowledge base. We have tons of success stories that you guys can utilize. And once you start making, because most of you on this call, probably have made sales already, right? And you know the deal. Case studies are important. So in the beginning, you start off right, and you have the case studies that we provide you, but why not, you know, get a case study, right? Speak to your client. Once we've produced, we showed them results, right? We made them money, put all that together and utilize have your own real case studies, right? Have your own advocates out there that you could use, to help you, again, refer you more business, right? So not only will you have them as a case study, but I'm sure they'll give you a 5-star review. So, utilize again all of the tools that we have to prove to the business owner that your digital agency is amazing and you will get the job done and you will show them everything on how to help them bring in more money. That's what it boils down to. Section 10, sorry, I don't want to open up my business to any negativity, right? Social media, um, not having social media accounts, uh, not having a Google My Business. Guys, it's not in their control. Consumers are going to have conversations everywhere and it can't be stopped. They have to embrace this. They can't push it away, right? We will manage that and monitor that for them. We have the software. We will, right? We will take care of them. We will show them exactly what needs to be done. They cannot, run away from this. I mean, it's the way it is. When people say, "Oh, I don't need an Instagram or a Facebook account," um, you don't have to advertise on it, right? Just have a presence on there. You have to have a Google My Business, right? You have to have that. That's like, you don't have a Google My Business, then it's like that's insanity, because Google, again, what is it? 80-90% of all the searches are done on Google for anything. So why not have a Google My Business? That's like important, right? Why not have people, why not ask for reviews? There's nothing wrong with that. It's why do businesses have, some businesses have more reviews than others? Why does Joe the plumber have 100 and Tony the plumber have 20? Tony the plumber might be a better plumber, right? And he has less reviews. Well, it's because the other plumber is a better marketer. That's what it comes down to. Not a better plumber. He's a better marketer because he asks for reviews. Businesses, it's funny to me. They sit back and they kind of wait for someone to review them. I don't know about you guys. I don't have time to review a business. I'm I'm not going to go, if I have an experience, I'm not going to go online and create an account and go on there and write something. That's not me. Right. And I'm sure that's a lot of people are like that. Right. So why wait for them to do that? Send them, let us create a campaign. Let's ask your client, right, for a review. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe give them, a 10% coupon or something like that. I don't know, but there are so many different ways that you guys can think outside the box and come up with some different strategies for these businesses. If they're stuck and they don't know how to ask for a review, a million different ways that you can do it. So very important, guys. They don't control the internet. And if they don't know what people are saying, that is really bad. And if people are talking bad about them, or if people are talking good about them and you're not responding, then it's like you're dead. It's like you're out of business. People are going to look at it and be like, that's kind of weird, right? They didn't respond to this negative review. They didn't respond to this positive review. What's wrong with this company? So again, It's beyond their control. Google and Facebook allow users to create business pages. Do you really want an unmanaged listing? You need to have the software to alert you when there's a positive or negative review. You need to know there are so many different sites and out there that people can leave reviews on, and our software will manage all that for them, right? They need to know what's going on, what's happening out there. Um, anyway, number 11. So my listings have been updated. Why do I need to renew? Right? Again, these are questions that these are objections that partners get, right? Because if you've noticed with our listings, there is a renewal at the end of the year, once a year. Well, the deal is that listings need to be nurtured. Listings never stop getting changed. It's important that they don't allow their competitors and others to taint their online reputation. They have to be listed on all these different directories, guys. They have to have correct listing information. That's why this is a service. It's a great service to sell because it's inexpensive, right? You could make, I don't know, 50, $100 a month or a little bit more on it. Maybe even more than that. But what's great about it is that listings need to always be updated. That's the bottom line. You need to constantly be listed on every one of these sites, and you can't ever stop. And you have to be on all these data aggregators. You need to be everywhere. GPS, directories, search engines, review sites, guys, right? That's where it's all about. That they have to be on all these different, because they're all tied together, right? If you look at this, my screen here, it's all tied together. It's right here. All of these different data aggregators here. They're the ones that are supplying the data to Siri, Alexa, Uber, Maps, right? All of those different, directories, all those different, platforms, data aggregators are there. So it's very, very important for them to constantly be listed. So this is something that basically they should pay forever. This is, it's like having a website, right? Listings should always be correct because people are always going to go to these different sites. And if you're not there, then you're not going to get the business. You have to be everywhere, right? The listing ecosystem is very, very complex. Data providers, users, and other third parties can change listing information without their permission, right? So if we're listed, if we're connected to all these different sites that you see right here, and there are many of them, and directories, Yellow Pages and Chamber of Commerce and Yahoo Loco, Dun and Bradstreet, and everywhere, guys. There's a million, Yelp and Google My Business and everything else that's out there. Um, if they're not paying, then again, listings could be incorrect. Someone can claim that listing and hijack your listing. Competitors can do that. So you guys get the point. You got to have again, it's a core foundational service that you need to offer, right? Core foundational service. Objection 12. I'm already working with someone on my search engine marketing pay-per-click that will get me on the first page of Google, right? All right, cool. That's a good rebuttal, a good objection. Think about it, guys. Knowledge always equals power. Pay-per-click, search engine marketing are great, but don't fix foundational issues. There's way more that matters than just Google search. You can't build a house without a good foundation, right? I always say this all the time to everyone that I talk to. How on earth could you do advertising for someone if they have a bad website, if they have a bad social presence, right? Their reviews are not up to par against their competition. So all you're doing at that point is advertising for the competitor, right? So the effectiveness of a PPC campaign, it's only as good as the reputation, right? It's only as good as what people see online. So we provide foundational products and services to maximize the success of their digital marketing efforts. So if they're happy with someone doing their advertising, great, run a report anyway, because you will find something wrong with them. And that's when you can say, well, how come your digital, the company that you're working with, how come they didn't run a report on your business before they started marketing your company. You know, yeah, again, if you have issues with your online, if a business has issues with their online presence, it's going to hurt the click-through rates. It's going to hurt the ROI for that business, right? The campaign is not going to do well. It's not going to convert. Or maybe it does okay and it's bringing leads, but it could be 10 times better. Do you guys follow me here? It could be 10 times better. That's why I always say to everyone, you know, oh, I'd like to do advertising for my client. Did you run a report on them? Because what's going to happen is if you don't run a report, we're not going to do that campaign unless you put it in writing, because everyone's going to look at us, right? Man, why is the pay per click so high? And my client's not getting not getting that many leads, or the leads are very expensive that they are getting. We're going to get the blame for it, right? Rocket driver will. We're going to get the blame. It's like that we didn't produce. No, we won't put ourselves in that position. That's why the online presence reports are so important to run on businesses, because you know exactly what you need to offer them, what you need to help them with. It's the best. There's nothing better than that. You know exactly how to take, what to tell that business, how to present something to them. It's right there in front of you. And again, you have to make your case and be prepared. Like I said, objection 13. I don't get many reviews. This isn't relevant to me. You got to relate to their business here. All right. Again, I always say, tell a story, paint a picture. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a security camera system for your business? Well, that's what our solution's like. We have a security system for your online reputation. You don't have to worry. The technology just sends you the very positive and very negative things people say about you online right to your email the very next day. Most businesses have a security system that protects them from theft, and this is what we're trying to provide. It's your insurance policy to ensure if someone leaves a negative review, you are prepared to handle them, right? We're doing so many campaigns, so many reputation campaigns that agencies are bringing to us on clients that people that left a negative, right? And it just kills their business. It kills their business. It just destroys your business, right? It destroys it. So again, just give an example of one client. They didn't have a Google My Business, right? They have a bad reputation online. They have no Google. They don't have reviews. You don't have reviews, right? They have them on their website, but people don't believe those reviews. Like, hey, they're the best company in the world. John.F from, Missouri, whatever. It's like, so, we're taking this business that has a bad reputation, it's getting crushed. And it's like, we looked at them as a whole. It's like, wait a minute, guys, let's first, let's get your Google My Business set up. That's number one. Second, we're going to build out a reviews page on your website, right? Build that and use that widget, right? That we have from the reputation packages that we offer. Put that widget on their website, okay? Start that reputation campaign and get them reviews. And then what we're going to do is SEO on that actual link, that reviews page, right, on their site, right, and Google My Business. We're going to do a SEO campaign to basically push them to the top, right? So get them reviews and push them to the top. So again, adding an extra page, getting them Google My Business, putting the widget on their site, doing the reputation campaign where we're requesting reviews and responding to reviews, and then doing the SEO once we have enough reviews to push up to the top there, so people to push down all the negatives. Again, guys, really important. This is an objection that doesn't make any sense, but again, they don't know any better, right? That's what it's all about. They do not know any better. To everyone that that's been on this call here. I really do appreciate it. You guys, you know that I'm always here for you, want to see you succeed. And we're always going to be putting out great, relevant content to help you, go out there and crush it, right? So, again, I thank you so much for being here. If you came late, don't worry about it. We're going to post this on YouTube. But again, thank you so much. And we really appreciate you, and take care.